When we think of the word hero, words like courage, faith, and fortitude come to mind. These words are not only prominent in the title of Major David Rozelle's novel, Back in Action, an American soldier's story of courage, faith, and fortitude, they are prominent in his daily life. Born in August of 1972, Rozelle began life as an orphan, but he was adopted by Judy and John Rozelle, who helped instill the value he places on his country's freedom. At 20, Rozelle enlisted in the National Guard. By the time he was 27, he'd already become a captain in the U.S. Army. In 2003, he took command of a regiment for Operation Iraqi Freedom. The warriors of jihad quickly discovered they were up against one of their most resourceful and determined foes. They put a price on the captain's head, and when an anti-tank mine blew off his right foot, they thought they'd neutralize Rozelle.
I was headed to teach at police academy. As a cavalry troop commander in Iraq, I was in charge of 137 men. On that day, I was only leading a convoy of about 20. While en route to teach that police academy, I ran over an anti-tank mine, which destroyed the right front end of my vehicle and unfortunately destroyed my right foot. Besides some other minor wounds in my face and body, they did have to amputate my leg right there in Baghdad.
But Rozelle would endure the months of rehabilitation to his final triumphant recertification as fit for duty.
Slow down. You're getting me in trouble.
4 days shy of a full year from the fateful day Rozelle lost his right foot, he was assigned the command of a cavalry troop in Iraq. In the process, becoming the first troop commander to redeploy to war as an amputee in recent military history.
And people often ask me why I continue to serve and why I would go back to Iraq, basically, is what they often ask. And it really comes down to me about my commitment to my country. And when I took my oath of office, I committed for an indefinite period of time, and becoming injured really shouldn't have changed that for me. So when I talk about service and duty, it's not limited to a time period, and it's certainly not limited to a disability, and it was important for me to prove that I could overcome it.
Rozelle has numerous military honors, including the Bronze Star with Valor for actions in combat and the Purple Heart for injuries sustained in Iraq. But it is courage, faith, and fortitude that best define this man, qualities he'll rely on as he pursues his dream of completing the Iron Man.
Yeah, I've been asking myself lately, why Iron Man? You know, it's really something. It's a goal that I've described as, it almost seems unachievable when you think about it. It's actually something. It would be the first thing that I've ever done that I actually thought to myself, I may not be able to finish this. Going back to war was probably the most dangerous and scary thing I've ever done, especially as an amputee. Going to war the first time was certainly scary, but I didn't know what was ahead. And now, to an Ironman, I know what's ahead, and I know how tough it is. So it's quite a challenge. I'm proud of what I'm doing.
Major David Rozelle, your 2006 Ford Ironman Coeur d'Alene Ford Everyday Hero.